The day that changes everything is not coming. It is already here, right now. In this exact moment, as these words reach your ears, something inside you already knows. This is different. This is not another motivational speech you will forget by morning. This is the moment your nervous system has been bracing for. The moment your soul has been quietly preparing for, even when your mind refused to believe it was possible. Something in you cracked open just enough to let the light in. And that crack, that tiny, terrifying crack, is where everything begins. Most people spend their entire lives waiting for the right time, waiting for the right circumstances, waiting for someone to grant them permission to become who they were always meant to be. But Carl Jung, one of the most penetrating minds in the history of human consciousness, told us something most people are still not ready to hear. Transformation does not ask for your schedule. It does not wait for your comfort. It detonates the moment your awareness shifts. The moment you decide, with every cell in your body, that the old version of you no longer exists. So before we go any further, if you feel this message is reaching you at exactly the right moment, drop 11 in the comments right now. Write 11. I am the architect of my own awakening. Because that is precisely what is happening to you in this moment. You are not watching a video. You are standing at the threshold of your own rebirth. Now tighten your grip, because the life you have been constructing in your dreams, the one you reach for every night before sleep pulls you under, that life begins in this exact second, right where you are standing. In this era, most people grow up believing that change is a slow, grinding, brutal process. That success must be bled for. That healing requires decades. That transformation is something that happens to other people, the lucky ones, the gifted ones, the ones born under different stars. They become trapped in the illusion that suffering is the price of becoming. But the most naked truth is this: transformation does not require time. Transformation requires a sharp, irreversible leap inside your own consciousness. The instant you decide, with unshakable certainty, that your past shadows, your old wounds, and the inherited patterns of your ancestors no longer define you, the entire architecture of your reality begins to tremble and reconstruct itself. Think about that for one moment. What if everything you have been chasing, everything you have wept for, everything you have whispered prayers about, what if it has been right beside you all along, simply waiting for you to open your arms and receive it? Carl Jung taught us that the key to transformation is not the passing of months or years. It is the living energy you carry within you. The instant you stop existing as a victim of what life has thrown at you and begin moving as the deliberate architect of your own luminous future, everything shifts into an entirely different frequency. The deepest wound most of us carry is this: we have been sleepwalking, waking each morning beneath the same exhaustion, cycling through the same anxious thoughts, replaying the same mistaken patterns we memorized years ago, then wondering, genuinely wondering, why nothing ever changes. We do not even realize we are trapped inside a loop, endlessly rewinding the same painful record. But let me give you the secret of how your mind actually operates. Your brain is not carved from stone. It was not handed to you as a fixed, unchangeable monument. It was designed, specifically and magnificently designed, to be reshaped by your will. Neuroscience has proven this with extraordinary precision. Every single thought that moves through your mind generates electrical signals and constructs neural pathways. The more frequently you repeat a thought, the stronger that connection becomes. Over months and years, these pathways sculpt your habits, your emotional reactions, your character, and ultimately, the life you experience. Carl Jung observed that most people are profoundly addicted to their own past, not because they enjoy suffering, but because the emotions that past generates have become chemically familiar. Stress, anxiety, the dread of tomorrow. These states release such powerful biochemical signals into the body that over time, the cells themselves begin to crave that toxic familiarity. And this is why, even when a person logically desires a better existence, the unconscious quietly pulls them back into the old pit. The one that hurts, yes, but the one that feels known, and known feels safe. But here's where the story becomes genuinely extraordinary. Your brain cannot distinguish between what is actually happening in the external world and what you are vividly constructing in your imagination. If you can paint a clear, luminous picture of your future, the peaceful, abundant, healthy existence you desire, and if you can feel the exhilaration and deep gratitude of that future right now, in this present moment, your brain will begin restructuring itself as though that future has already arrived. This is not philosophy. This is not mysticism. This is science in its most direct and uncompromising form. We call it neuroplasticity, the brain's capacity to shatter its old rusted chains and construct entirely new bridges toward possibility. Carl Jung spoke frequently of the quantum field, that boundless, infinite ocean of potential from which all possibilities emerge. Your healthiest self, your most abundant self, the version of you that has fully actualized every gift sleeping inside you. That version is not waiting for you somewhere in a distant future. That version already exists right now inside that limitless sea of probability. The only reason you have not yet merged with that reality is because your beliefs, your daily emotional state, and your energy are still locked onto yesterday's darkened frequency. The key to turning your reality completely inside out is startlingly simple. You must stop being the person who created today's struggle and begin living as though you already possess the extraordinary existence your heart craves. Think as that peaceful person thinks. Feel what that person feels. Smile at the world the way that person smiles. But this is precisely where most people lose their footing. They dream of an entirely different life while clinging to their old identity with white-knuckled desperation. They want abundance, but move through their days with a scarcity mindset, counting their last coins with trembling hands. They want deep, genuine love, but surround their hearts with walls of steel forged from old betrayals. They want success, but are terrified, absolutely terrified, of releasing the belief that they are not worthy of it. You cannot inhabit two worlds simultaneously. You cannot grip yesterday with both hands and still step into tomorrow. A decision must be made. Carl Jung said that if you want to create a new reality, you must teach your body, emotionally, physically, energetically, what that illuminated future actually feels like. And you must do this before any visible evidence appears in the external world. When you accomplish this, you send such a powerful signal into that invisible field of possibility that the universe has no choice but to reorganize the circumstances of your life around your new energetic signature. Your past is not your destiny. Your mind is a universe capable of rewriting yesterday, transcending the boundaries of linear time, and generating miraculous realities that do not yet exist in physical form. The extraordinary power you have always needed is moving through your veins right now. It has always been in your hands. The majority of people live in such unconscious autopilot that they merely react to whatever the external world places before them. A crisis at work triggers a volcanic eruption of rage. A cutting remark reopens every wound of inadequacy they carry. A single failure becomes irrefutable proof that they will never rise again. And this is exactly how people slowly corrode from the inside. They become prisoners of a suffocating cycle where yesterday eternally strangles today. Their magnificent brains, designed for expansion, for creation, for wonder, deteriorate into machines that simply reheat the same fear, the same rage, the same impoverished identity, day after day. Carl Jung teaches us that the brain is not a dusty archive of the past. It is a golden map of the future. But tragically, most people unknowingly hand the pen of tomorrow's map to the painful experiences of yesterday. Their minds become time machines, but instead of launching them toward hope-filled horizons, these machines drag them back into the dim corridors of what was. They copy the past instead of building the future. What happens when a human being stops being a passive spectator of their own story and becomes the active creator of their own stage? Everything changes at the root. Because emotions are not merely feelings fluttering inside us. When a person perpetually writhes in fear, rage, and deprivation, the body locks itself into survival mode. The mind abandons all impulse toward creation. In that contracted state, genuine growth becomes nearly impossible. This is why people cannot escape those dark trenches. While their bodies are saturated in old biochemistry, they naively believe that thinking differently alone will deliver them to a new life. But genuine, shattering transformation does not begin with shallow thoughts. It begins with the elevated emotions that make the soul rise. Carl Jung stated that transformation occurs only when crystal-clear intention marries itself to a deeply felt, mountain-moving emotion. When a person not only visualizes their abundant future, but simultaneously experiences, right now, the joy, the gratitude, the exhilaration of already living inside that future, their biology begins to shift immediately. New neural pathways form. Dormant genes awaken. the body begins preparing itself for that magnificent reality before it has materialized physically. This is not wishful thinking. This is science. And this is precisely where the quantum field enters. Many people dismiss this territory as irrational, but the laws governing this vast universe shout the opposite into our faces. That field is an invisible ocean of energy in which every conceivable future already exists. And this ocean responds to your signals every second of every day. But here is the greatest secret at the heart of it all. This infinite field does not respond to what people say with their mouths. It responds to what people actually are, what they radiate from the core of their being. If a person's interior world is saturated in defeat and disappointment, the universe will deliver circumstances perfectly matched to that frequency. But if that same person radiates gratitude and deep appreciation from the marrow of their bones, the universe aligns itself to offer them more to be grateful for. More abundance, more opportunity, more life. The universe does not judge you. It does not criticize or condemn you. It simply mirrors you with flawless, impersonal precision. It returns your radiated energy multiplied. This is why so many people cannot escape that invisible prison. They beg for change through their tears, but remain emotionally chained to the painful reality they want to escape. They cling to their suffering like a life raft, because as devastating as it is familiar, and familiar to the nervous system registers as safe. But genuine change never occurs in a comfortable bed. Transformation demands a sharp, definitive break from everything habitual. To become the extraordinary being you are meant to be, you must turn your back, without a single moment of mourning, on who you were until yesterday. Carl Jung spent years working with countless people paralyzed by this fear. Human beings attach themselves to old identities because they are terrified of the vast unknown. But the unknown is the only place where all miracles are stored. The unknown is the birthplace of magnificent new lives. When a person wakes in the morning and begins thinking as their future elevated self, feeling as that self feels, and walking with the unshakable certainty of that self, the brain refuses to recognize the old version of that person. The future is not an accident that happens to you. The future is a masterpiece you craft with your own hands. And creating that masterpiece begins with a single, irreversible choice. The choice to release fear. The choice to shatter the corroded chains of the past. The choice to stop waiting in the corner and begin writing your own destiny. Carl Jung, with his characteristic depth, observed, "The moment you grasp that your thoughts and feelings are laying the very foundation of your existence, you stop being a leaf tossed by the wind of life and begin to see yourself as life's own creator." If this message is reaching somewhere real inside you, if something is beginning to stir in your chest, take 1 second right now and drop 777 in the comments. Write 777. I am divinely guided, and the universe is rearranging itself for me. Because that is the truth. The universe is rearranging itself for you, right now, in response to the energy you are choosing in this moment. To step fully into a new existence, you must conduct a funeral for the old one, not for a physical death, for the death of your former identity. Bid farewell to every doubt that has colonized your mind, to every fear that has shaken you awake at 3 in the morning, to every excuse that has served as a hiding place. Say goodbye to the version of you that settled, that stumbled, that chose to live in the shadow of fear rather than the light of possibility. Carl Jung stated with absolute clarity that the exhausted emotions of the past cannot construct a luminous future. This is the moment to extract from within yourself everything that no longer belongs. The doubts, the fabricated stories, the self-imposed limitations. Write them on paper. Set that paper on fire. Watch it burn to ash. Watch the smoke dissolve into the open sky, and feel the enormous weight lift from your shoulders. Because immediately behind that surrender, that act of genuine release, there is a colossal door. A door opening to the future, to miracles, to the extraordinary life that has been quietly waiting for you. Transformation is not sitting in the darkness wishing for a better tomorrow. It is designing that tomorrow with the precision and intention of a master architect. The vision in your mind is not a thought drifting in the breeze. It is a meticulously calculated blueprint for your life. Now, pause everything for one moment. Slowly close your eyes and see yourself living in the very center of the life you have always imagined. Inhale every detail. How upright are your shoulders? What message does your posture broadcast to the world? What quality of fire, what quality of quiet dignity do you carry inside? How does your voice resonate when you speak? How do you smile? The version of you illuminated in your mind is not a ghost. That version already exists somewhere in that infinite field, breathing. The more sharply that image crystallizes inside you, the more rapidly you close the distance between where you stand now and the summit where you are destined to arrive. Thought plants the seed, but the force that cracks that seed open and drives it toward the sun is emotion. A goal that carries no emotional charge is a seed dropped into parched, waterless ground. It will never germinate. Your body cannot distinguish between the memories of yesterday and the visions of tomorrow. This is why, when you immerse your entire being in the sensation of your future magnificent self, you ignite transformation at the cellular level. Rather than waiting for happiness, unshakable confidence, or abundance to knock on your door, feel those realities moving through your bloodstream right now. Let your body physically experience the exhilaration of that future before it arrives in physical form. Doubts will inevitably knock on your door. That ancient, toxic voice buried deep in the architecture of your mind will attempt once more to drag you back into the familiar mud. It will lean close and whisper, "This does not work. Who are you to change your world? Nothing will ever really shift." Do not believe that voice, not a single syllable of it. That voice is nothing more than resistance, the final, desperate cry of your old identity fighting to survive. The discomfort and tightness you feel is not evidence of failure. It is the most powerful proof available that transformation is erupting inside you right now. The old neural pathways are collapsing. The body is calibrating itself to a new, elevated frequency. You are standing at a crossroads in this moment. You can wrap yourself in the tattered comfort of the past and return to your old cycles. Or you can square your shoulders and step into the unknown. Real change, the kind that reorganizes the architecture of a life, lives in the precise heart of that uncertainty. The quantum field that weaves all things together does not observe what you are desiring from the sidelines. It responds to who you actually are, what you reflect from the center of your being. When you shift the energy you carry inside, all of life redesigns itself to match your new, elevated frequency. This means the waiting ends now. The hesitation at the edge ends now. You must sit at the table of the life your heart envisions as though you already belong there, as that person with that unshakable certainty. Every thought that moves through your mind, every step you take, every feeling you nurture in your chest, is training your brain and your body for the extraordinary days approaching. So ask yourself now with full honesty, am I still copying yesterday's pain, or am I constructing tomorrow? If the answer is the past, shatter it this instant. Replace it with the thoughts, the actions, and the elevated emotions aligned with your new, magnificent version. Time has no jurisdiction here. The only thing that matters is how deeply you are vibrating in alignment with that frequency. Train your mind with such precision and consistency that it accepts this elevated version of you as the one and only truth. The more frequently you rehearse that vision inside your consciousness, the more rapidly your cells and your biology reorganize around it. This is what the science of change actually looks like. Then redirect the current of your emotions. Rather than waiting for success to arrive before you allow yourself to feel gratitude, drown in gratitude right now. Gratitude is the golden key that throws the doors of the universe wide open. That key sends one unmistakable signal to the infinite field. What I have desired is already mine. Take a piece of paper right now and write, from the genuine warmth of your heart, 3 things for which you are deeply grateful. Let that feeling of appreciation expand until it fills your chest and spills over. As you do this, your energetic field expands. Your nervous system moves out of its defensive state, and that invisible ocean of possibility responds to you wave after wave. When you execute this shift with mastery, you become a colossal magnet, drawing every surrounding opportunity toward you. Those who bring their thoughts and their hearts into alignment with the future they desire do not sit at a distance watching success and hoping for it. They draw success toward them effortlessly, the way a river finds its path without struggle, without force. Imagine a person who set their mind on a particular opportunity, They did not merely dream about it. They felt the pride, the exhilaration, the specific sensation of victory in every cell of their body, before any evidence existed in the external world. When mind and body dance in perfect harmony with a new future, life is left with no alternative but to open those doors. Transformation is not an external force applied to you. It is a definitive decision made from the interior of your own being. In those demanding moments, ask yourself, does the step I am taking right now honor my future elevated self, or does it betray that self? Each time you choose alignment, the ancient, decayed patterns dissolve like ice under a summer sun. They say breaking habits is impossible. The truth is, remaining the same is what is impossible. This is the law of nature. You either take root and grow toward the sky, or you rot quietly from the inside. The only question is which direction your face is turned. When you straighten your posture and walk with grounded, unshakable certainty, your brain registers that physical shift immediately and elevates your entire emotional state. Research confirms that posture alone can completely alter the chemistry of the brain. Stand like a mountain. Fill your lungs with clean, deliberate breath. Place every step with purpose and intention. Your body will begin releasing the biochemical signature of your future powerful self almost immediately. If these teachings are landing somewhere real inside you, if you feel that something is genuinely shifting, this is the perfect moment to subscribe to Carl Jung philosophy, so these insights continue reaching you at exactly the right time. And if someone in your life is standing at their own crossroads right now, share this video with them. That single act could be the most important thing you do for someone you love today. Take the deepest desire burning inside your chest. Write it on paper. Then surrender it entirely. Release it to the wind. Stop obsessing over when and how. Trust that the universe, in its own flawless timing, has already set that outcome into motion. The greatest leaps in any human life arrive in those sacred moments when we stop attempting to control every mechanism with our rational minds and allow ourselves to fall into alignment with the current of life itself. People have recovered from conditions declared untreatable. They have rebuilt relationships shattered beyond recognition. They have found abundance, not by chasing it with frantic desperation, but by merging with its energy and allowing it to flow. When the nervous system moves out of its constant state of war and into the deep waters of safety, true healing begins. When unconditional love replaces fear at the cellular level, the body responds. This is not miraculous intervention. This is science in its most elemental form. The same impeccable principle governs every relationship in your life. The energy you carry when you walk into a room writes the destiny of everything that unfolds there. As you rise to higher frequencies, some people around you will rise with you, while others fall away like autumn leaves. Do not fear this. Growth is not loss. It is the right pieces finding their correct positions. The people aligned with your light will draw closer. Those who cannot hold the frequency will dissolve naturally from your orbit. You teach the world how to treat you by the way you treat yourself when you look in the mirror. When you recognize your own worth and raise your standard, when you refuse to settle for the crumbs that life has been placing before you, when you wear your intrinsic value like an unbreakable shield, the universe reorganizes everything around your new posture. Now, if you have been feeling this shift happening inside you, if something in your chest has been quietly reorganizing itself, take this moment and drop 444 in the comments. Write 444. I trust the process completely and my transformation is already in motion. Because it is, regardless of what your eyes can see right now. The process is already in motion inside you. A person's true legacy in this world is not measured by the numbers in a bank account. It is measured by the fire they ignite in the souls of those around them. People do not transform because of words or advice. People transform because they watch someone, with their own eyes, break free from chains that were supposed to be permanent. When you shatter the inherited cycles of your lineage, that wave radiates outward in all directions, touching generations you will never meet. One person, after years of grinding poverty, constructed an abundant, beautiful life with their own hands. Those around them watched. Before long, everyone in their orbit began dismantling their own chains, rewriting their own incomplete stories. This is how transformation spreads, not through declarations, through the undeniable evidence of a life fully lived. And remember this magnificent journey has no final destination. There is no summit you reach and then stop climbing. Growing, expanding, becoming, these are not one-time achievements. They are the very way you breathe for the rest of your life. Every new morning places that sacred choice before you again. Will you continue to expand, or will you contract and hide? The power, the sovereignty, it has always been in your hands. From the very beginning, this is your new normal. A life in which miracles do not arrive once a year as rare exceptions, but knock on your door every single day. A life in which success flows like a river finding its own path. A life in which joy and exhilaration are not occasional gifts, but the very substance of your existence. The version of you that exists right now knows with complete clarity that doubt is nothing more than fear wearing a disguise. And fear holds absolutely no authority over you at the elevation you now inhabit. Those who observe from the outside will call your arrival at this point a fortunate accident. Let them. Smile quietly and keep walking. Because luck is simply the word people use to describe the moment when enormous, invisible preparation meets visible opportunity. You have been making that preparation in the darkness for years. You made the unshakable decision. You chose, with courage and without possibility of return, to step into the magnificent life that has always belonged to you. You burned every bridge back. And this is precisely why the universe has no option left but to give you exactly what you came for. Everything you visualized with closed eyes, everything you were willing to transform yourself at the cellular level to receive. It is unfolding before you right now, stitch by stitch, layer by layer. There is no return now. The fragile, doubt-filled, fear-directed old version of you no longer exists anywhere in the world. That identity burned completely in the fire of this transformation and dissolved to ash. What remains is only this: an unstoppable will, a mind that generates miracles, a body that radiates light, and a vast, thundering heart that beats to the rhythm of new possibility alone. Perhaps a faint voice somewhere inside you is still asking, but what if things go wrong? What if those dark days return? Here is the most unvarnished truth available to you. You cannot roll backward down this hill anymore. You cannot lose the ground you have claimed. What you are living is not a transformation designed only to rescue your own life. This is a lighthouse lit for every other person still trapped in the dark regions you have already left behind. When you carry this transformation alive in your own body, you extend to those around you an invisible permission. Permission to break their own chains. The deepest truth is this: you are no longer a desperate person fighting to deserve success, health, and love. You have become the very gravitational center toward which all of those realities are naturally drawn. Money is not a piece of paper you chase with your tongue hanging out. Money is the shadow that follows the trail of your genuine value. Opportunities are not things you search for block by block. Opportunities arrive and find you inside your luminous field. Those connections flow and flourish on their own because you radiate the energy of someone who is already whole and complete within themselves. That boundless ocean of possibility does not respond to those who simply sit and wish. It responds to those who actually become the dream. Time bows before those who know their own power and command it. From this point forward, every sun rises with the full weight of your deepest purpose behind it, and every night a deep and genuine gratitude flows from your lips, because you know with every part of yourself that this day was not wasted. As Carl Jung perceived with such extraordinary clarity, the vast chasm between who you are in this moment and who you are burning to become exists only as an illusion constructed inside your own mind. The instant you cross the bridge you have built inside your consciousness, the external reality conforms to you. And one day you will look around and realize, with a quiet, almost shocked recognition, that the summit you once only dared to dream of has become your ordinary life. You did not arrive in this world to sit quietly in the corner whispering optimistic thoughts to yourself. You arrived here to demonstrate real power, the power of a genuine creator, with your flesh and your bones and the full force of your presence. Because counterfeit positivity evaporates in the first strong wind. But the unshakable strength that rises from your own interior is a mountain. It stays. And if there is one final truth you must engrave into the architecture of your heart, it is this: you were never broken. You were never incomplete. You were never a mistake. You were simply a seed beneath dark soil, waiting for the exact right combination of spring light and living water to crack you open. And that moment has arrived. The conditions are perfect right now. Your mind is the most fertile ground in existence. Your soul is the light that will split that seed wide open. And your growth, the expansion that can no longer be contained within the boundaries of who you used to be, is now inevitable. So walk that road now, with zero doubt living in your chest, with not a single crumb of hesitation anywhere in your being. Let those enormous doors open all the way. The path ahead is clear as glass. And at the finish line, arms already open, stands the person waiting to meet you. The future version of you, the one who has already arrived. That version looks at you with a warm, knowing smile and whispers softly, "What took you so long?" But you already know the answer. The time has always been now. It has always been today. The transformative power that moves worlds has always lived inside your chest. The dream you lost sleep over was never on a distant mountain out of reach. That dream was you, the person you are step by step becoming. And the moment for that life, lived in the full, beating heart of everything you imagined, has arrived. Right here, right now. In this breath. In this exact heartbeat. Do not wait 1 second longer. Now drop 528 in the comments. Write 528. My body, mind, and soul are healing and aligning with my highest frequency. Because your transformation is not only happening in your mind, it is happening in your cells, in your nervous system, in the frequency you are broadcasting into the world at this exact second. If these words reached something real inside you, if they cracked something open, if they brought something back to life that had been quietly waiting, then show Carl Jung philosophy that you are ready. Hit that like button, subscribe so that these teachings continue to find you exactly when you need them most. And if you know someone who is standing at their own crossroads right now, someone who is one conversation away from choosing a completely different life, share this video with them. That single act of sharing could be the most important thing you do for someone you love today. Now write in the comments, with your full name behind it, with your energy in every word, what chain you have decided to break today. What version of yourself you are leaving behind forever. Let us send that declaration together from this place into the entire universe. The extraordinary new life you deserve is not waiting for you somewhere beyond the horizon. It is beginning right here, in this breath, in this moment, in the decision you are making as these final words reach you. Now walk toward it, without looking back, without hesitation, without apology. The universe has been waiting for exactly this version of you.